Hello from like the past and kind of the future. So I was editing my footage and realized I never did an intro, and then my outro, I was so tired. So I put on the shirt from the video, braided my hair, and yeah, we're about to do an intro. So in this video, it's a vlog, but I only do meal prep, and I'm gonna go over like my how-to, my tips, and the steps that I take to meal prep. And then we're gonna go through a leg workout at my favorite gym in El Paso. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Put the hair up. That's when you know it's getting real. I know there's gonna be people that are like, you should put your hair all the way up and not in braids, but I hate the way I look with my hair up, even halfway up, like with kind of what I'm doing now. And it's super easy to go, bam! Let's get started. Got like my little homemade sign behind me. That's from Kirkland's. All right, bam!
So the first thing I did was start my eggs. Not really the first thing I did, but you know.
Pro-ish tip with the eggs, if you put salt in them, it helps with peeling. And then if you give a bit of water above the eggs, when the eggs are done, they'll float to the top, and then you know it's time to take them out, and you just get better boiled eggs. I don't know if I made that up or if somebody taught that to me. I think my mama taught me that.
So once I did that, the first thing I did was prep all of the pans. So I went ahead and scooped 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil into every container that I was using. Okay, the next thing I did was I started to prep the meat. So any meat that I wasn't cutting, I went ahead and put in the pan. Any meat that I needed to cut up, I took it out and I started cutting it up, and I sectioned it off for my dishes. So before I did any of this, before I started the eggs, before I coconut oiled the pans, before I started chopping, I did tell you guys every single thing that I have that I was going to use, and I lost that footage, so I'm so sorry. I did use 8 pounds, yes, 8 pounds worth of boneless, skinless thigh meat, and then coconut oil, some different seasonings and stuff for the green pepper chicken, you'll see that. And then I also used some KETO, I can't remember the brand off the top of my head, but some, what is it called? Fire kettle. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys all of that stuff throughout the video. I had just done it in one fell swoop and I lost that footage, so I'm so sorry. But I hope you're enjoying watching. Essentially what I'm doing here is streamlining the process and doing anything that I can do in bulk to save time. So instead of prepping one dish at a time, I'm doing as much to prep everything all at one time so that I can finish and get everything cooking quicker. So the 3 dishes that I'm making, like now this is a good time of any to tell you, is plain chicken, mushroom and onion really, and then green pepper chicken. So for these 3, I used 2 medium-sized onions, I used 2 medium-sized green bell peppers, and 8 ounces of mushrooms, and that is what I am cutting up and prepping now. Also made 9 boiled eggs and 9 pieces of sausage. So those, I mean, they're breakfast foods, but really I just made them for snacks. So they're not gonna be like put in containers and sectioned off. They're just there for me to grab when I need something. I got something. I started mixing everything together except I did cook the chicken, so the diced up chicken. So before I started cutting the vegetables, actually, I had already dropped that into the frying pan and started frying that up in the coconut oil. So once I get done, I go ahead and mix up the mushroom dish, and then I put the other stuff aside for later, but then eventually as I'm monitoring and stuff, I am gonna put that in along with some amino, like the soy imitation aminos. And then I also did some garlic chili sauce and some fish oil. So I measured those out and put those in. And then I also used some xanthan gum as well. Really, multitasking as you go is really what's gonna help you make the most of your time. So if I wasn't filming, I would have done this a little bit faster, but I completely meal prepped everything in about an hour and a half. I also wanted to cook the chicken a little bit more. And then I like to let the containers, once they're fixed, just sit. I mentioned this in my video last week, that I watched Heidi Summer's meal prep video, and she suggested letting it sit until about room temperature before you freeze it or put it in the refrigerator. So that's what I do. But really, like, cleaning everything that you can clean, getting things out as you can get them out. So I pulled during like this cooking phase, I was pulling down my meal prep containers and doing all of that stuff and getting everything ready. I even unloaded the dishwasher. So really, before you start any meal prepping, I highly recommend that you completely clean your kitchen. So normally I would have waited until this was done, but I was running out of daylight. I worked a full day, and then I wanted to meal prep and make it to the gym before it closed, which I ended up procrastinating until the last possible minute anyway. But so with this, like, I was unloading my dishwasher, managing the food, and all of that jazz. Also, something I didn't mention earlier is I like to keep things color coded. So like, if I'm handling, I mean, I always remember which utensil I'm using, but I like to use like the green cutting thing for vegetables and then a red or blue for cutting up meats, just so that in my mind, like, I know green is always good for veggies.
Okay guys, so the next step while everything is cooking, I am going to start microwaving these cauliflower rice. This is the only way I like cauliflower rice. It just is. I did get a new flavor, the Italian cheese. You're not, like, the flavor of them really doesn't matter. Plain's good. It really, like, to me, they're all like the same. Plain isn't great if you're eating it standalone, but I've never hardly ever eat these standalone. The mashed potatoes, the mashed cauliflower is different. So each one of these is gonna take 5 minutes. So in 20 minutes, I'll have this done, and hopefully my meals will be done. Hey guys, so really quickly, I just want to talk about like the actual planning out your meals. What I got are my daily macros up there. I know it's kind of blurry, but it's okay. So all in all, with my activity level, as much as I work out and all of that stuff, my goal, according to the calculator I'm about to show you, is to get 2,032 calories a day, 165 grams of fat, 111 grams of protein, and less than 25 carbs. I really try and keep it under 50 carbs, and then I do that, but I mean, I could, I guess, go over because I don't count all of my carbs. If I'm making a salad, I'll count like the tomatoes, but I don't count like the lettuce. I typically don't count things like broccoli. However, what I'm gonna show you has me counting broccoli. So this week I'm counting everything. But the way I did my meal prep is different. So I meal prepped and tracked the macros, but I didn't meal plan yet. So, and I don't know if I'll be able to plan. It just depends, because I haven't been restrictive with calories. So I'm just gonna play it by ear. And then I always, whenever I do any kind of meal prepping, I typically add fats in later. So anyway, there's that. But my day, like what I'm starting out with, that's my macro goal, and I did make these foods with that in mind. So typically I eat like 2 meals and a snack, and I will continue that trend even though I made essentially 3 dishes. And I didn't make like the broccoli sides for anything except for what I'm keeping in the refrigerator. So what I'll do is if I eat those, then I'll pull 2 out of the freezer and make the sides and go ahead and put it in, and then have it in the refrigerator ready to go, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is the website I use. I will link it down below. I'm also gonna link the meal containers down below. I use 6-pack meal containers that I got forever ago, but I only have 2 of those left. And then mostly what I use is just Amazon meal prep containers, and those are linked below already, but I'll link them in a more obvious way. So this is just, and I'll link this, as I said, this Tasteaholics keto calculator. And if you're not on keto, you just find a macro calculator that fits your needs, or you can just use MyFitnessPal. But MyFitnessPal started charging to break things up for you, so that's why I like finding the free versions, and then track with MyFitnessPal if that's your cup of tea. So you put your gender, your weight, your activity level, and then it breaks down your macros for you. So yeah, that really breaks down how I got my macros and all that stuff. Also, I took a look-see at the footage, and some of the files aren't wanting to upload that I did earlier, and I'm only like halfway, like I've got to finish up the meal prep. So some of the files aren't, like, they're corrupted, and then I did a bunch of stuff on the GoPro and I never end up using that footage. So anyway, I know I have a lot more after, so we're gonna dive right back into like the putting everything together and stuff right after this clip. But I am gonna go get changed and get ready to go to the gym. So you guys will see everything in order. and look at these pretty little flowers. I know, like, my table is so dusty, but these flowers are so pretty. On Wednesday, I'll be doing a spring house tour, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, next clip, we will be putting our meal container prep things together, and then I will be headed to the gym. The sun is
So I don't add the xanthium gum until towards the end, and then this is when I'm putting it on low and kind of letting it simmer. I can't talk. Let it when I'm putting it on low to let it simmer. So that way it will thicken up. I don't like to use that much, otherwise I can taste it. So I don't know if everybody can taste it, but I can. So in protein shakes, like if I'm making it blended with ice and stuff, I like to use this, but too much is always bad, so. So the single meal container is my favorite, but these are all of the meal prep containers that I use. And I do have some of the 6-pack. So we have 6-pack meal bags, but those are so expensive. I think you can get like 500 billion for like 10, 15 bucks from Amazon. So once the cauliflower was done, I decided I would put it in one big bowl and then mix it up and divide it out into 5. So the way I did all of these meals is I totaled the calories for everything that I used, and then I divided it by 5. So I took all the packs of cauliflower and I used 4 of them and put them in, and then I divided the total calories for all 4 packs by 5. It's the same thing with each dish of the chicken. And each time I did the 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil, I divided that over 5 meals. So each meal, it's not going to be perfect on a daily basis, like per meal basis, but by the end of the week it will. And it's going to be so close that I really think it's not going to matter. So I can't find my food scale, and I have like 3 of them. I think they're packed still upstairs. So secret, sharing my secrets. Okay, so this cauliflower and green pepper chicken has 621 calories, 30 grams of fat, 11 carbs, and 62 grams of protein. Next up, we have the mushroom chicken that I am dividing out. These have 468.4 calories, 23.38 grams of fat, 3.1 carbs, and 60 grams of protein. Keep in mind with this though, I didn't include the broccoli. The broccoli that I make, I always put 1 tablespoon of butter on it, and it has 160 calories, fat 12, carbs 5, and protein 3. The reason I didn't is because that's what I typically do doesn't mean that's what I'll do when I go to eat them. And as I was saying earlier, I do wait to make the broccoli until I've eaten the ones with broccoli. So, and then I didn't add the butter. When I heat it up, I will add the butter to it then. So your macros are likely going to be completely different than mine, especially if you are in a maintenance state and you exercise a lot. You may eat more than I eat, or if you are trying to lose weight still and you eat less than I eat. A good thing to do is just, plan out your meals and section them off the way you would like to. So, and then also what I typically do, even when my husband is home, is I make things and then I add and take things away. So I have the bulk of the meal done, and then I do what's necessary to make it complete on a daily basis. For 2 sausage patties, it's 200 calories, 16 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and 12 grams of protein. It is 78 calories. For 1 egg, for 1 boiled egg, it's 78 calories, 5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 6 grams of protein. The plain chicken has 440 calories, 22.8 grams of fat, 58.6 grams of protein, and 0 carbs. That wraps up this part of the prep, and yeah, I thought that I would show you guys the food, and then we're gonna get to the gym.
All right guys, so we are headed to the gym. I hope that you guys enjoyed the meal prep portion of this video. Excuse my mess. I'm super excited to be going for a leg day workout. Kind of more excited for static stake tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm already tired and I really want to go to a movie. So anyway, I'm gonna love this workout. I know I am. So I hope you guys enjoy working out with me.
Lots of voiceovers in this one. So I am at Iron Grind. This is seriously one of my favorite gyms. Definitely my favorite here in El Paso. It is very crowded, like machine wise, but that's because they have so many awesome machines, and I don't love their cardio section, but that's why, I got Planet Fitness. So with this workout, I did for the first time since my leg injury get on a treadmill. I just took it slow and steady. I bumped up the incline to where I was basically walking at I was walking at the highest incline possible, but only at between 2 and 2.5 miles per hour. So I was walking very slow. I did get up to consistently going to 2.5 though. I just wanted to, like, before I took off faster, and before I go faster than that, I want to make sure that that's sustainable. So I did do a 10-minute warm up on the treadmill, and then it actually took me a little bit longer than that because I did like 3 minutes and then I would switch and get where the camera was. So hope you enjoyed that. This is a glute kickback machine. I definitely wasn't utilizing it to its full potential the first set, but the second set, as you will see, I really kind of give it that extra, and like the glute gains happen on that extra push that you give. If you don't give an extra push when you're working your glutes, then you're just not gonna grow them or whatever you're trying to do. Wow, it's a lot of bending over. So this is the rotary hip machine. I use this, it's technically for 4 exercises. I sometimes use it for more than that. So you basically can just you can hit your abductors, all of the things. You can do all of the things on here. I did do this one knee exercise that I was super, super happy with. It really worked my quad. So, and it was a hip exercise as well. So I didn't go heavy on this. I could have gone a little bit heavier, well, a lot heavier on the right side, but my left side is just still so weak that I'm definitely trying to balance it out. So this is my inner thighs that I'm working out. You did see me do my outer. Yep, just doing my thing. This is faster, so all of these exercises, you're seeing them faster than of course I did them. So it's very slow and controlled, and that's very important. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but people do these similar exercises on a cable machine. But for one, why do a cable machine when you just use this machine? I mean, I know that there's reason to use the cable machine, but and this is essentially the same exercise. It's not the same, but it's similar to the glute kickback you just saw. So I really liked this one a lot. Doing it like this, I really felt it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep doing my little exercises. The last one I'm gonna do is my little knee up one, which is actually one of the ones I hate watching my left leg in this one and in the knee up ones, because you can definitely see how it just doesn't align right anymore. So hopefully as I grow muscle, it will start to align like my right side aligns. It makes me very sad when I watch this stuff back. That if you guys wanted to, that you screenshot the workout. I put it in at the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in now as well. If you want to do something similar, do so at your own risk. This is something that I do and I programmed for my own self, and I'm not an expert and not a doctor and not a trainer. So just take my advice, or as you will. Yeah, can you see like that foot? Like it literally won't straighten. Like, I mean, it will, but not when I'm using muscles. It just really frustrates me. So the last exercises I did, these are things that I did rather at physical therapy. I just recently stopped going to physical therapy, and it's kind of like a deadlift, but it's not all the way down. And the goal was to keep the bar as close to my body as possible. I don't know if he just didn't know how to do a deadlift and had me doing this. I'm sure that's not the case, considering he has like a doctorate. I mean, he's my physical therapist, or was working on a doctorate, one of the two. But it's kind of like a good morning move, but the bar is like in a deadlift position, so it's also kind of like a deadlift, but it's not, this is not how I do deadlifts. Like, it's similar, but anyway, I really like this exercise a lot. I think it's helped me, and eventually I will start loading it a little bit. Like, I'll do this before I do actual deadlifts, and that wraps up my hour-long workout. I really love Iron Grind. I think it's a beautiful little facility. I mean, it's not It's definitely a little rugged and definitely like more of a strength training based facility, less functional, but I like it. And I didn't even go outside. There's actually, behind that door back there, there's an outside portion of the gym. So really cool. It's a good gym if you live in El Paso. I'm gonna do a full review on it soon, so stay tuned for that.
Whew, you guys, can y'all see that I got a good workout? I don't know if you can tell or not, but my face looks crazy. I'm pretty sure you can tell. I can see like sweat beads. I usually don't even sweat in El Paso. My hair's like coming out of the ponytail. My face is bright red. Oh, I had a good workout. It sucks because I got there later than I had anticipated. I just procrastinate. I am such a procrastinator. And all of a sudden I was like, oh no, if I leave right now, I'm gonna have exactly an hour. And to do cardio and the actual workout, it usually takes me like an hour and a half, give or take. But usually usually it takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours, especially if I try and do any filming, which I did. Yeah, so I didn't even check the GoPro, I just did my workout. And I started it with 10 minutes of cardio. So I did 10 minutes of like incline 15, 2.5 mile per hour walk, which doesn't sound like a lot, but because of my leg injury, like I really can't walk fast. So like that's really, like this is the first time I've put it at a 2.5. Usually I don't even do the treadmill, but I decided to give it a try because the only other thing here is the bike. And when I lock my feet into the bike, like, and I'm not talking like cycle class biking, I'm just talking about like the regular bike with the little pedals with the straps. When I put my feet in there, my left leg will kill me. My knee, the outside of my knee and stuff will kill me for a few days. So I've stopped biking. I just do the art trainers, but it's good to know. First impression of doing the treadmill like I did today, like slow and at a super high incline, like my body responded well. So hopefully that's what I'll be incorporating that a lot more on leg days, I think. So anyway, I killed my hips and a little glutes, but mostly my hips are like the muscles around like the abductors and whatever's, all the little muscles in my butt is what I really focused on today. So also on the abductor or rotary machine, it's not an abductor machine, but the rotary machine that I used, I did a knee, essentially like a knee up, but I don't think I've ever done it like that before on that machine. But I was looking it up to see if there was any extra exercises that I could do, because when I'm low on time, it's good to just use one machine. And just using the one machine makes like, you don't lose time like cleaning the machine and moving to a new one. So I used three. I did a barbell, and I did these. They're not good mornings and they're not deadlifts. It's a weird combo exercise that the physical therapist had me doing, and so I always just work that in on leg days, just because I do lightweight like he had me do at the office. And to be honest, I don't know what exactly it did for me then, but overall the program he had me on helped me a lot. So that's one that I can like build on. I haven't built on it yet. I'm just doing the bar still, but eventually I'll build. Wow, I've been talking for longer than my whole workout. So I'm going to treat myself to a movie, and then we are going to, yeah, call it a night. So I will get back on here and let you know what I think. What movie was it that I'm gonna go see? I can't remember. I'll update you at the theater, but I'm gonna treat myself to a movie. It's Friday. I got my meal prep done, and yeah, I wanna go to a movie. Hey guys, I just got back. So the movie was really good. So I went and saw Happy Death Day 2. I really thought there was no way that they could make a part 2 to that movie and it be good at all. But everybody was talking about it at book club, and I had already wanted to go see it. I just was being stubborn about it. So I went and saw Happy Death Day 2, and yeah, it was really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very long video. I know between all the meal prep stuff and the workout that you guys are gonna be tired. Y'all are gonna be as tired as I am right now. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite part was, or if there's something specific you would like for me to do, or if you plan on trying any of these meals. I know I didn't put recipes, but yeah, anyway, comment down below. And if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and ding the bell so that way we can be YouTube pals. If you are also on a weight loss journey, then I wish you the best of luck, and I know you got this. And if you're just living life, well, I know you got this too, and I hope you keep living a good life. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.